What's going on, y'all? CJ Mays, we back at it with again. I got the Brody Khalil with me.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying? We about to get into something. I want to talk about something very controversial. I feel like a lot of people, especially conservatives, yes, I'm talking to you, are going to find this very disturbing or be a little bit concerned because they don't address this enough, which is racism is just as prevalent as it was back in the day. The only difference is it's not direct, it's indirect. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get into it. So, what I was talking to you about earlier was, we see a lot of like promotion of dysfunctional black homes through media.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we can get into the music and stuff like that, but I want to actually hit a really good point what we was talking about earlier. So, shout out to the Real Femsipien. Matter of fact, I'm going to tag her name in the channel, so hopefully she see this and give me a shout out. But Real Femsipien, she's a dope content creator, kind of in that black pill space, Mary space type of thing. And so when what's the movie, y'all? It was the Little Mermaid.
Yep.
When the new one with Halle Bailey, was supposed to play her and stuff like that. And some people was making a big deal about like, okay, she's not dark enough, or we need to get like a darker representation and stuff like that. And so they Real Femsipien, she made a good point. She was like, well, y'all making all this stuff. She said, but when is it, like, pretty much she was saying like, don't y'all feel kind of concerned that there was never a black spouse?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I thought about it, I got a lot of sisters, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of siblings and, different cousins, stuff like that, females and stuff. So I grew up around watching all of the princess stuff. So the one thing that my sister used to watch when I was growing up was Cinderella, if y'all remember. It was the one with Brandy back in the day. And in that movie, the prince was Asian. Then you had Princess and the Frog, like you were saying, when it took place in Louisiana and stuff, it was a cartoon. The prince was Hispanic. And in this one, from my understanding, Little Mermaid one, the prince is white. And I thought about it, I said, wow, they never do that. The only time they ever portray, a black man in them type of settings is if he's either the villain,
I would say, yeah.
or a supporting character, and usually he might be a little flamboyant, kind of fruity,
Something like that,
or something like that. Yeah. But they never portray like a strong, counterpart, masculine counterpart to the black woman.
Yeah, and, or if it is a black character, he's either like not intelligent. You know what I'm saying? He's the goofy one, like what the Little Mermaid. Yeah, the character was Jamaican or something like that.
Yeah, the crab.
But he was like not intelligent. You know what I'm saying?
He was stupid as hell.
Yeah, so. And
that was messed up too, because I got Jamaicans in my family. I ain't right for that. Yeah, got wrong for that.
So you're always doing stuff like that for sure.
Yeah.
If it is a black male, they're casting in the movies and stuff like that.
And stuff like that. And so, but it's been like that for years though. Like there's never been any positive, like authentic representation of us. And so, like, I think about it, and now we talking about that with media and stuff. I mean, there was a picture, y'all. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. If y'all don't know my Instagram, follow me on there. KRIS_A_MAZIN. Chris A. Mason. Follow me on there. I'm gonna post something on there on my story. But there was a picture on there where it was a Walgreens photo, like when you go to stores. And they got those poster kind of pictures, hanging on the door, whatever. So it was like, because Walgreens, they was always known for taking pictures and all that, right?
Yeah.
So they got a picture. It's a family, and it's a juxtaposition. There's a black family up top, and there's a white family on the bottom. On the bottom, you see a dad, a mom, and kids. On a black family on the top, you just see a mom and her kids. I'm like, damn, that's funny. I'm gonna see the video. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna show y'all that video, man. But what I'm saying is, like, that's how they see us. And you know what I'm saying? You see it like, and I was like, but the thing I also want to get off my chest too is we also have to take responsibility for that because we accepted that shit. Like I saw a Facebook post of somebody saying top black shows of all time. The Cosby Show was at 7th or 8th. And like Martin or something like that was at number 1. Now don't get me wrong. I grew up watching all that shit. Sure. I know you grew up watching all that
Martin,
shit.
Sure.
We love Martin.
Sure.
I love you some Martin. I could watch that all day.
Sure.
But the reason why I feel like the Cosby Show, for example, should have been in fact number 1 was for a few reasons.
Always should be.
Because one, you know what I'm saying? It was the most crossover. Like, I love Martin and stuff like that, but that's known in our community. Yeah. Not too many white people I know really grew up like that, unless it's like a white person from the hood or something like that. Not too many white people really know about that show, right? Cosby Show, everybody knew. But not only that, it portrayed a positive and authentic. You had the husband was a doctor. The woman was a lawyer. They stayed in, you know what I'm saying, a really nice, you know what I'm saying, Brooklyn, you know, a brownstone or whatever they call it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They was living good. The kids was smart. And then you had a different world that spinned off of it. Like, it was positive.
Go to HBCU. Yeah.
And I saw somebody not too long ago even said, you know, with Family Matters, like, oh, that show was corny as hell. How? Now I get it. Family Matters, they was a little bit over the top with some of their shit.
Man, I love Family Matters.
But I love it though, man. Yeah, let me hear you talking. I'm over here talking.
No, you good. I mean, you're right. Like, it got to be number one because even if you don't agree with Bill Cosby, and I'm not talking about his personal life. I'm just talking about if you're a fan of comedy, he always used to a little bit ridicule the new comedians about cussing and so he was always about the portrayal of black people. Yeah. So that is the reason why you gotta respect him and also what he has done for the black community and also for black people in general.
Facts.
When it comes to the image of black people. Yeah. He always wanted us to be seen in the best light that we could be shown in. Yeah. So that has to be number one. And then you have then you have the Fresh Prince, or you have Family Matters, where you have people that has modest jobs, or you have people that had the same thing with Bill Cosby, had us portrayed in a better light. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Phil was a lawyer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you had Family Matters' father, he was a police officer. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Those are modest jobs that a lot of black people do not want to see or don't see themselves as in those jobs or in those professions. Right. But those are some of the things that we need to stress. When you got Martin, I love Martin. Everybody loves Martin, but at the same time, he was in entertainment. Yeah, and that's the problem. That's the problem. As black people, we should not keep just seeing ourselves as only entertainers or athletes. Right. We more than that. You know what I'm saying? So
now I want to throw this on Martin too again. No shade to Martin, but Martin low key, and really it wasn't all of them. But they was really drop bombing feminism in that one. I gotta throw that out. I just gotta throw that out there. I might ruffle some feathers here, but it's the truth. You know, like there was episodes, and I love, shout out to Tisha Campbell, legendary mama, we love you. But when she played Gina, whatever, she did a great job doing. But there was episodes, he'd be like, dang, Gina, you can't even cook a meal with that. She's like, cook? Go to your mama for that. And you know, you growing up, that's funny as hell. But then you like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all. You know, I don't like to get too deep into my family business, but my mama could cook. Alright? So I, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in that type of, background. I know, you know what I'm saying? Your mom could cook too. She'd get down. So we grew up like that. So I feel like there was low key trying to drop a seed. You know what I'm saying? Of spreading, you know, further backing it apart. And there's no shade to Martin. All I'm saying is, my point that I'm saying is, us black people, we put that above, you know what I'm saying, the shows that really should be at the top. They praise Good Times more than they praise
Good Times for sure too. Yeah.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I grew up watching all of that. You know what I'm saying? James Evans is the #1 most masculine father on TV ever.
Hands down.
Ever. Rest in peace, John Amos. Sure. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
looking at that man get you scared, bro.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. Looking at John Amos in general, bruh, I could, you know what I'm saying? Sure, he was an alpha male for real. Yeah. But
he was definitely representation.
For sure.
Strong black father, he definitely was.
For sure. He was the best. Nobody was better than him. Like on TV, period. Regardless of color, anything like that. But what I'm saying is, the Cosby shows, like, y'all put that above the Cosby shows. They're like, well, that's because it's more realistic. That's not true. No, not all black people grew up in the hood. Not all black people, you know what I'm saying, are on welfare. Not all black people are single mothers. Not all. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially back then, you had, you know what I'm saying, families, 2-parent households.
It's so crazy that you're talking about this because while you're talking about it, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. And it's really making me think more deeply, especially with the Martin. Yeah. And I get the reason why people from the 90s and beyond love Martin so much because they relate to it more. But that's literally the problem a little bit because it does play on some of the tropes or some of the stereotypes that is with in the black community, black families. Yeah. Like going back to the Gina Martin situation, right? Yep. when she didn't want to cook or she didn't want to do certain things that Martin would ask for, what did he lean on? His mama. What is always one of the black tropes with black men? We cling to our mothers. We mama's boys and all these different things. So it plays so much on the tropes and, like I said, the stereotypes that actually go on. So I understand people relate to it more because they see it in reality, but that's the issue. Yeah, I don't want to create. If I'm a creative director or if I'm a producer, I don't want to create something that is. Yeah, you want to put some sprinkles of maybe trauma so people can relate to it or stuff like that. But I want to create something that you ain't never seen. You be like, damn, I never seen myself in that light or my community, my people in that light. And that inspiring. Yeah. That's what Bill Cosby did. Yeah. That's what he always did in his movies. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The TV show, that's what he continued to do. So why not make that's the holy grail to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would love to inspire. If I'm creating anything, that should be number one. Yeah, no, 100%, man. I think that what you said that was a fire bar. That was bars what you was saying. To add to that, man, I think of a good example. I'll use a good example. So I grew up, you know what I'm saying. I wasn't the biggest comic book fan, but I was in the comics. You know what I'm saying, when I was a kid and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I had my share of, reading and shit. But I remember, like, on TV or whatever, I would never, because, TV, I would take it to TV. You would see, the Batman animated series, which I loved. I loved. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. Best Batman voice ever. Like, ever. You know what I'm saying? Man, I used to love the cartoons animation on WB.
Yeah, yes, facts.
For sure.
But, when Static Shock came out, that was such a beautiful moment because it was like, finally, like somebody that I can relate to. And I'm not saying I couldn't relate to Superman. I couldn't say that Batman, they didn't have things. But it was like, I look at them like, I don't see myself in that person. They don't have my lips. They don't have my, my hair. And I love Bruce Wayne, by the way. I wasn't a big Superman fan, y'all. I'm sorry. I know the kids are from here. I get all that. I just wasn't a big Superman fan. All right, but see, there you go. There you got it. But what I'm saying is when Static Shock came out, I was like, ooh, ooh, you know what I'm saying? And just shows in general. It ain't gotta be comics. It could be when Proud Family came out. Yeah. That was the first one. This second, this new version of it is trash. But I'm talking about the original one that came out. It was like, oh my gosh, I do got an uncle like that. My parents do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was relatable. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was positive is the point. Yeah. You could see yourself, like, even though superheroes aren't real, but as a kid, you're like, okay, I can see myself, you know what I'm saying, being a hero or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Like, that type of stuff matters. Yeah. And even if it's not real, quote unquote, realistic yet, again, my father, said this, it went from us influencing the media to the media influencing us. Yeah, yeah. When you put it in the media and becomes popular, eventually it becomes a reality. Yep. So why not feed it positivity? And just to throw this out there, we talked about this many times before. Yes, we went from, the shows that we were just mentioning to now the shows that's on TV about us are reality TV shows, the Love and Hip Hops and these Bad Girls Clubs and all this, different stuff. You know what I mean? And get your money how you get it, I guess. But at the same time, it's
some bullshit.
Yeah,
I would say it's just bullshit. Yeah, it's just bullshit because it's like I said before. It's the way you portray yourself. Yeah, and the way you portray your community. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's the image that you create. Yeah, or the image that you perpetuate. Right, and it's just a problem. And like you can get a bag anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, and going back to the Static Shock. Yeah, the black person. You know what I'm saying? Or black people. Yeah. We are multifaceted. And that's the reason why I did love Static Shock. Yep. Even though when Static Shock came out, I was a little bit young. So when it came out, I wasn't so much big into, the races and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. But looking back at it now, yes, that's why I love Static Shock so much, because I could see myself in Static Shock. But it was also the fact that what I love about it is that you see a black kid grow up in a situation or wherever he was in, but also he wasn't stuck to he had to be around black people. It wasn't just black this. His best friend was white. You know what I'm saying? So it's like black people, we can do way more than just the same
bullshit.
The same like I said, the same image that we always have. If we black, we gotta be black power with everybody black, and it's gotta be or if it's not black power, then it's gotta be the hood or you know what I'm saying, type of stereotypical bullshit. Where it's like, no, it ain't gotta be like that. It could be a black boy from the suburbs that has a best friend that's Indian or white or Asian.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be the same old bullshit. If you're trying to make people relate to, if you're trying to make people relate to this character, let it be about things that they can relate to. It's everyday things, but it's not just something that pigeonholes them where it's the same old bullshit.
Right, what people expect from us. I mean, because I was gonna say, I'm glad you mentioned that. I gotta shout out R.I.P. Dwayne McDuffie. So Dwayne McDuffie is one of the founders of, I think he is the founder of Static. He's the creator of Static. So Dwayne McDuffie was working in, from my understanding, y'all real comic book heads, correct me if I'm wrong, I might fuck it up, forgive me, alright? But I know he was a writer for both DC and Marvel. And he was going through a lot of racism within, you know what I'm saying, those companies. I'm talking about back in the day.
Yeah.
So he had left and he started, him and a few other guys, all brothers, they started this a comic book publishing company called Milestone. That's where Static came from. He actually was in DC at first. He was originally Milestone. So, but it wasn't just Static though. It was a lot of different superheroes that came from, you know what I'm saying, from Milestone.
Yeah.
And they were all different.
Yeah.
There were some, I'm serious, this is documented. They had heroes that had a conservative background. And this is back in the 90s. We're not talking about right now, where it's slowly becoming popular now to be black and conservative. This was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We talking 1990s, because Static came out in 1992, believe it or not. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying to your point, you know, and I honestly feel like, I feel like the reason why I'm not really super deep into conspiracies, but I feel like they start, the powers that be start seeing that shit, start seeing what they can do, and eventually, you know, pull some strings to shut that down. But I guess what I'm saying is, right, I agree 100%. Like, I like, what's his name from, you grew up watching Philly Odd Parents. Remember AJ?
Yeah.
I thought AJ was fire. He was this black kid, you know what I'm saying? But he grew up in the suburbs and he was super smart. You know what I'm saying? He was a smart kid. Chester, I think he was the one that lived in the trailer park. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. I'm a bad y'all. Listen, I used to watch Nickelodeon, so I used to love watching them shows back in the day. But nah, man, you speaking truth though, man. I just feel like it just goes back to my point is, I feel like racism is definitely prevalent. It is very much, because a lot of conservatives, I want to talk about this. A lot of conservatives, you know, the Brandon Tatums and people like that, they'll always make statements about, well, racism doesn't exist and stuff like that. No, it does exist. It is very prevalent. It's just not in the way that it was before. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got some people that are like that, because Joe Biden was one of them. Kamala Harris is one of them. And people like that. But what I'm saying is, it's just not in the way that our grandparents
have seen it.
Right.
They experienced it for sure.
Exactly. We just see it more in media and indirect stuff. But it's that. And I guess what I'm saying is, as a people, we should not accept those images portrayed about us, those stereotypes about us, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, not all black people are like that. You know what I'm saying? Not all black people like that. I'll say, again, I ain't going to get too deep to my personal life, but I'll say this. I had the best of both worlds. My parents grew up completely different. My mom grew up on 105th in Lakeview. My father grew up in Cleveland Heights. So I had a whole two different, you know what I'm saying, back completely. I had a side of the family that was doctors and lawyers and stuff like that. Then I had another side that was the stereotype. But what I'm saying is, I knew growing up, like, okay, not everybody is like that. It's not the same. It's not. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to share that. I want to get y'all opinion, how y'all feel about this conversation. Y'all have any opinions, agreements, disagreements? Feel free to drop a comment below. Also, make sure to like this video for more video content and stuff like that. It helps with the algorithm. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. That being said, we're going to have a good one. Y'all be safe and keep being amazing.